Hi, you guys. Welcome to my first ever endeavor to walk you through the process of a watercolor illustration. Starting something for the first time has such a thrill in it, don't you think? I think starting something new is the best part of any journey whatsoever because you are excited and you have not been brought down by anybody yet. Or even if someone out there has heavily judged you for being impulsive, you've clearly proven them wrong already by actually accomplishing the first step to complete your first project. I do not work with watercolors as much, but I'm starting to like it with each passing day, and I will tell you why very soon. I'm going to list my supplies in the description below and attach the links to where you can buy them. Please note that I'm only starting my process here, and so when you buy these items, you are on your own and you will have to pay the MRP because I still do not have a discount code to offer you. I had hand drawn the illustration in an A4 size paper and traced it on the watercolor paper using a carbon sheet. I like doing that because using an eraser on the watercolor papers is not a good idea. It usually messes up the beady texture of the paper, and I really like it so much. It is also a very good idea to set everything your reference sheet, the carbon sheet, the watercolor paper that you would have your final traced outlines in before starting to trace, because if any of the layers shift, it might ruin everything. So I use these plastic coated James clips. It's better than those steel James clips because they do not always use good steel for something as trivial as paper clips. And they often rust and they can tear or leave marks on the paper that you're using, and I do not like that. I would recommend using a light hand while using these carbon pages because guess what? They create quite a dark impression and might be hard to hide later on, especially if you are using watercolors. For this illustration, the idea was to keep the portraits monochrome and make these little birds in color with a subtle background. Now, I know what you're thinking. Even I would not choose this shade of yellow that I chose for the background on that particular day, and it's not one of my favorites either. But on that particular day, I was feeling quite rusty myself. The day was so gloomy with a constant rain that wouldn't stop for the last 2 days, I think. My entire workspace, on top of that, was in a makeshift condition with no proper table, no proper light. It was a mess, and so was I. We had moved into this new house with a couple of roommates at the beginning of October, and it was almost a month, and I was still not feeling settled with a disrupted workspace. My head was cloudy with unsettled thoughts. I was disturbed with the idea that I had not painted anything in so long. I had started this particular painting that you are seeing here on a large canvas, and I thought I would use acrylic, and I was making this for a couple of friends. But I didn't even finish that because somewhere down the road I hated how long it was taking to make the individual shades of grey. So on this particular day, I thought I should make something smaller, and then I chose the watercolors. Now, these were the same watercolors that I had packed in the dustiest corner of my studio shelf because some other day I felt how unruly they were. They had a mind of their own, I thought, because they would not just they would just go anywhere, and it was so hard to control them. And today I needed them because, well, they don't need to be controlled. They were much easier to work with because if you needed a lighter shade, you could just squeeze in some more water and they would spread on their own. So there I was, working on the small bed table that I had placed right in front of the window for some proper light, and all determined to do something and finish it. I recorded the process so that I can walk you through what all goes through my mind when I'm doing something like this. As you can see here, I started off with applying some washi tapes on the sides as a border, so when I do my painting, I don't have to think of keeping within boundaries. The washi tapes take care of that. It is almost like how I hate being told what to do. I like being free to do things the way I want. But then sometimes even I need something or someone to tell me when to stop. We all need those washi tapes in our lives. Something that takes care of everything, even without you knowing them. Much like setting automatic bank payments of your bills, I think. I always like doing little analogous anecdotes, and I know some of you might hate it, but you know what? I like ruminating about these little related ideas, and I'm loving to share them with you right now. The problem of overthinking? Well, skewed eyes. I couldn't believe I had made an entire painting and did not notice that the left eye on the girl was smaller than the right one. Well, it needed fixing. So, hair to the rescue. Yeah, I did that. I was suddenly missing my acrylic paints again. Yes, that, my friend, is how impulsive I am. Acrylics are opaque, so you can fix your mistakes easily. And for an impulsive soul like me, the attribute of fixing mistakes is quite a necessity.